All right. Good morning, everyone. Or good afternoon, I should say, right? It's almost lunchtime. Sometimes it's good to present before lunch, and sometimes it's bad, right? Because you want to rush to the line there. But I've got a few minutes to talk to you about Positiviti Lending, what we do. We're a microlending company here in North America. We raise capital here. That capital is used for our microloan platform in Kenya. Currently, we're doing $80 million a month in 30-day loans plus interest. So great opportunity for you guys to come in. I'm going to give you a little background about us. Our booth is there. My colleagues are there ready to talk to you about it. So first, let's identify the problem. The problem is that 4 billion people around the globe don't have access to financial services, okay? Period. That's the problem. There's many reasons for this issue in Kenya. We feel that these are the top three: exclusion from formal credit systems, lack of financial literacy, and unmet small business needs. We're going to talk a lot about small businesses. In Kenya, they call them Microenterprises, okay? These are people that we know as street vendors here in the United States, okay? They specialize in a consumer good. They borrow capital through the microloan platform. They buy inventory, they sell it in the market, they make a profit, pay back their loans, and they start all over again, okay? These are 30-day loans plus interest. So our mission is bridging that financial gap through microloans in Kenya. Now, a little bit about our story. We started in 2018, the fall of 2018, but we want to empower everyday American lenders like yourself by offering a microloan platform that facilitates wealth building while contributing to the growth of underserved nations. That's Kenya for us. Our mission is to bridge the financial gap, enabling medium and small microenterprises in Kenya to thrive. Now, you can read all the business rags you want about the sub-Saharan desert of Africa. There's $330 billion gap in capital. Kenya has its fair share at over 19 billion. Our approach is very simple. We have our loans start at a minimum of $5, maximum of $500. Again, these are 30-day loans. And the good part is that our default rate's only 2.7%. The industry rate is 6.3%, so we well under-index the industry rate. And lastly, just want to share with you, we're not a bank. We're not FDIC insured. You don't invest in Positiviti. You participate in a peer-to-peer lending program. We do have a ongoing partnership with Comply Advantage, and they help us with our AML and KYC features. So in 2 seconds, when you come into our program, I know exactly who you are and your background. And if there's red flags, obviously we can have those types of discussions. Currently, we have over 850 lenders in the program, and I haven't had to have those type of discussions, so that's a good thing. I just wanted to show you some activity. Again, these are monthly averages over the years. If you look at 2019, we were averaging 1.6 million a month in microloans. We finished 2023 at 36.4 million. Our PYE for 2024 was 54.5. We blew that out of the water at 72 mil, and currently we're at 80 million a month in microloans. Just in in the first quarter, we just wrapped up the first quarter, we raised an additional $12 million. Now, look at our activity. And this is going to blow you guys away. We average 260,000 loan requests a day. Okay, we can only fulfill 16 to 18% of the loans because that's all the capital we have. So kind of the daily output is about just over 46,000 loans per day, 2.6 million in dollars. From a monthly standpoint, that's 1.4 million. And again, we're averaging $80 million in loans. Our average loan is $57. So what is microlending, okay? Microlending is heavily supported by peer-to-peer lending, digital capabilities that connect lenders like yourself, lending platforms like Positiviti, and borrowers like we have in Kenya. There are many different microloan platforms online, each with varying loan requirements, fees, and conditions. In Kenya alone, we have 400 companies that are operating in this space. There's many other reasons why a bar uses microloans, but obviously because they don't have access to financial services. Lenders like yourself use microloans to earn higher rates of return, and most importantly, diversify your portfolio. Now, we always get asked, are there other US companies operating in Kenya? The answer is yes. Tala and Branch and Kiva, those are our big three. Tala is out of Santa Monica, Branch is out of San Francisco, Kiva is out of the Silicon Valley. Since 2014, venture capitalists and private equity groups have invested $844 million in US-based microlending companies, and I'm being facetious when I say that because it's only two. But you can see here Tala and Branch have raised money through the VC world. You can see all the players. Why did I share a competitive slide like this? Is because if you don't understand that microlending is real from this slide alone, nothing I show you afterwards is going to convince you otherwise. Okay, these are big players in the microlending world. So how does Positiviti Lending work? Your lending funds come in, they go into a loan pool, we have qualified borrowers, cumulative interest is earned, and then interest gains are then reported to you, the lender. Now, how can you feel safe with your funds coming into the program? In 2007, Safaricom and Vodafone launched M-Pesa. This is the mobile banking service that enables users to transfer funds, pay bills, make purchases via their phones. This is 8 years before Apple and Google actually started to develop their own wallets. This is how far Kenya was ahead of the ballgame. Currently, they have 66 million customers, and they do $375 billion in transactions in a yearly basis. This is not a third world country, ladies and gentlemen. Now, because you're here at the Money Show, we have a special for you. $100,000 into the lending pool, you'll make 3% monthly, 36% for the year. I will guarantee that, and an additional bonus of 3%. 39% return in the first year. The second year, you go back to the regular programming, okay? Just a couple slides real quick. Excuse me. I just want to reinforce the microlending industry itself. Coriano's a financial blogger. She has over 200,000 followers. She shared this research that was done in 2015, 10 years ago. The IRS concluded that the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. And as you can see in interest income, peer-to-peer lending was identified as a viable passive income opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in 2025 and 9 out of 10 of you don't know what microlending or peer-to-peer lending is. That your partner, the IRS, identified it 10 years ago. Anybody follow Business Wire? I know there was one in my breakout. I guess he's not here. It's owned by a small company called Berkshire Hathaway. Anybody heard of that? Oh, got some chuckles. Okay, if you're awake, you're listening. They put out this report in December of 2022. It's still relevant today. They're reporting that the microlending industry is going to grow to $87 billion by 2030. Ladies and gentlemen, you can sit on the sidelines for the next 6 years and read about microlending, or you can get involved today. It's really that simple. Here's another forecast for the industry to grow to $448 billion. Now, this is a little different because they're including the banking segment, which is 56% of that number. Again, still a very positive outlook. Microsoft and G42 announced a $1 billion digital infrastructure into Kenya. Okay, this was just announced last May of 2024. Again, global corporate companies investing in Kenya. Safaricom, who I said owns M-Pesa and runs M-Pesa, is in talks with Starlink. This is big news, right? Because we're in the digital banking service. This means if we can connect with Starlink, individuals that have not had access to microloan platforms will have it. And then finally, some of you probably are fans of JP Morgan. JP Morgan last October announced that they are now going into Kenya. They're not going there to lose money, ladies and gentlemen. And then finally, just some highlights from 2024. We did a $910 million in microloans. The average was $72 million per month, 1.3 million per loans per month. And since our inception in 2018, we have done 1.5 billion in microloans. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not a startup. We're not asking you to roll the dice with us. We got plenty of history to share with you. And most importantly, this is a social economic impact that you can have on the lives in Kenya. Thank you so much.